Hello, my name is Samaya Holiday. I am a part of Group 2, and for our project, we decided to talk about injury prevention education programs for athletes. The reason why we picked this idea is because many athletes experience preventable injuries because they are not fully educated on injury prevention, recovery practices, or the importance of rest during training. In some cases, athletes are pressured by coaches, their family, themselves, and their teammates to continue playing despite being injured, which can worsen existing condi- conditions and lead to long-term health complications or even fatal outcomes. For example, sorry, football players, they often get into head-on collisions while on the field because they either want to pass the ball, make a touchdown, or even catch the ball themselves, and you literally see them fly across just head-on collisions. I'm sorry to use my hands like that, but yeah, it happens on the field, and nobody really understands the dangers of that because your brain is what helps you think and make full-on, you know, it helps you make decisions and stuff. So with constant head collisions like that, it can lead to CTE, which is a brain disorder. And even basketball, you'll see players, they'll run and break something, or while they're training, they'll try and break something. Well, they won't try, but they will break something if they keep overworking their bodies. Not even just football and basketball, it's just any sport. Any player who keeps overworking themselves and not fully getting their rest and recovering, or even if they feel something isn't right in their body, they just, oh, I'll shake it off. It's nothing. I just got to keep playing. I have to keep practicing. And if they wait too long and ignore the warning signs, then it will lead to more serious consequences, like I said, fatal outcomes, which is very unfortunate. And we decided, like, hey, we can't have athletes continuously going on the field without being educated on how to properly heal their bodies and properly train for their games without having to overwork themselves or even break anything, because we don't need that happening. Not even for the team's sake, it's for their sake, because I feel like athletes, they'll get into this mindset where it's like, oh, it's not even just me. It's not even about me. It's about my career. It's about my family. It's about my teammates, my coaches, everybody who came to see me win. Like, yeah, that's cool, but you really need to heal your body because, yeah. Sports-related injuries can have lifelong physical, emotional, and social consequences. Serious injuries such as concussions, torn ligaments, heat-related illnesses, and overuse injuries may permanently affect an athlete's health and quality of life. Beyond the physical impact, Injured injured athletes may experience anxiety, depression, or loss of identity when they are unable to participate in the sports that they enjoy. Families and communities are also affected when athletes suffer severe or preventable harm, because many of these injuries can be reduced or avoided through proper education and safer training practices. It is essential to address the gaps in awareness and prevention that currently exist in competitive athletics. So, like I said, proper education for these athletes can help them remember, like, hey, like, I don't have to work too hard because, you know, my mental health, my body, it still matters. I can do my best without having to break something, without having to tear like my ACL or anything, or even having to suffer from a brain injury because I was going too hard just to impress somebody else. That's how I see it. But yeah, I say all this to say that our group was.
Our proposal focuses on improving athlete safety through prevention, education, and better recovery practices. Funding would help provide certified athletic trainers, safety workshops, updated equipment, and preventative healthcare services. Although these programs may cost more at first, they can reduce serious injuries and long-term healthcare costs over time. Athletes would benefit from fewer injuries, safer recovery, and better overall health, while coaches and trainers would gain more knowledge about injury prevention and treatment. Schools and sports organizations would also need stronger safety policies focused on concussion awareness, hydration, conditioning, and injury reporting with organizations like the NCAA helping enforce these standards. The plan would begin with safety workshops and certification programs before each sports season, along with increased access to athletic trainers and preventative healthcare services. Overall, these changes would create safer athletic environments and improve athletic well-being.
Hi, I was a part of research data. So today I'm going to be talking about a little about what we put down in that category. So to improve athlete safety and reduce preventable injuries, schools and sports organizations would need to adopt policies focused on injury prevention, recovery education, and safer training practices. Athletes, coaches, and trainers would complete mandatory training on recovery. Schools would also create clear injury reporting and recovery procedures to ensure athletes are fully healed before returning to play. That's just making sure they're cleared. This just goes with injury prevention, making sure you're okay to continue to play. These changes would be enforced by school districts, athletes association, college athletic departments, and public health agencies. Organizations such as the NCAA could help establish safety standards, while healthcare professionals and certified athletic trainers would oversee injury prevention and recovery efforts. The implementation plan would include safety workshops, certification programs, and gradually increasing access to athletes, trainers, and preventative healthcare services. Funding could come from school budgets, healthcare grants, insurance providers, and athletic organizations. This proposal is realistic because many schools already have basic safety systems that could be expanded. Prevention programs can reduce injuries, improve athletes' health, and lower long-term healthcare costs while still supporting athletic performance. This reform is sustainable because injury prevention programs can lower the number of severe sport injuries over time, reducing long-term healthcare costs for athletes, schools, and insurance providers. Continued education and safety training can help create long-lasting, healthy habits for athletes and coaches. So you can also find all this information on the CDC website. You search it up, injury prevention. This is kind of where we got some of our information from. And yeah.